purple emote there?
It's a mastery mode to fix them.
Okay, let's see, we have some music. Average stream bitrate unstable. That doesn't seem too good. Let's see. Bitrate. There we go. And here we have Mr. Epix. Welcome. Apparently my auto shoutouts works. I've been fiddling with the stream elements bot. Hello, welcome. So I'm just setting things up here to get started. That chat probably shouldn't be straight over my face. Let's see if we can move that something like this. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Hope you can get things done even though I'm a bit confused on this side. Although today's PowerShell, so hopefully I'm not going to be so much confused. Awesome. Bringing balance to the force. I just rewatched Star Wars, the first episode 1 and 2. Some parts were not as bad as I remember them, and some parts were not as good as I remember them. Alright, so let's see. Today we're doing PSKoans. PSKoans is a module where you can practice PowerShell. So I actually haven't done this before, so bear with me if I don't get it to work, but if I understand it correctly, I can run the show karma command and that will give me some kind of like status screen. And this says that I need to practice on booleans, which is the second exercise they have. And this is the practice test that I need to complete. And here's the things I need to do. And then I can do show karma meditate. And that should open this test in Visual Studio Code. So let's try that. And it opens Visual Studio Code. Let's close the terminal. And let's just burn through these. So here's some documentation on booleans. And this is a pester test. We need to fill it out so that it works basically. So every time it says something like this, we need to change it. I'm guessing 1 is greater than 2 is either true or false. Something should be false because 1 is not greater than 2. So I guess they want false. false should be false. Something should be 1 is lesser than 2. That's true. So true. Something should be 10 is lesser than 20. That's true. So true. Something should be 10 is greater than. That's false. So false. Something should be 3 equals 3 because the mirror reflects true. True. Oops. True. 100 is lesser than 1 is either true or false. So 100 is lesser than 1 is false. So this should be false. False. Let's save it, go back to the terminal and do show karma. And if I understood this correctly, this number will update if I'm right. And this thing should disappear because I hopefully has 6 out of 6, and then if I get a new exercise. Woo! Now I need to meditate on basic number types. Awesome. So let's do show karma meditate. Numbers. We have an integer that is 10 and a double that is 10.0, and system.something should be system.int integer int32. Let's do this. Let's cheat. 10.get type dot full name. I think it's system.int32. Wasn't even allowed to do that. So let's do 10.get type dot full name. System.int32. Awesome. And I think this is just double. Let's do the same and see what happens. Oops. 10.0 system double. Awesome. Double. Okay, so result is int times double. I actually don't remember how PowerShell handles this. So if we have usually if we compare two things like an integer and a boolean, or if we add them together, PowerShell would give us whatever is in the first part, which is an integer. So my first guess would be that it's an integer, but I'm gonna cheat. So I'm just gonna run this, and then I run this, and then we're gonna do $result.get type, and it's a double. Cool. Double. That's interesting, because if I have like a string and I add an integer like this, and then I do a.get type, I get a string. And I think it's related to the one with the most precision during calculation. Yeah, maybe it is. Let's try that. A equals 10 plus 10.0, and do get type, and that's a double. Yeah. So I'll assume Mr. Epix is right, and whenever we do calculations with numbers on both sides, we take whatever has the most precision. That makes sense. Next part is integers. Has to be a whole number. We have a function that is get number, and it returns whatever number we give it. And then we have pi, which is the constant of pi. And then we do system.something should be pi.getType.full name. Ooh. What number will it return if we pass pi into an int function? So if we pass this, a number is cast as an int, so it would return an int. I have no idea what pi is stored as. So let's cheat again. Is it a double maybe? It is a double. Awesome. Double. Maybe it's 3? I need to try that too. So I'm guessing here that since we cast this to an integer and we do 3.14 something, that should round that to 3. I think PowerShell does rounding. Actually, not sure. So if we do this and then you say like $a equals get number pi and $a is now 3. Awesome. Integers can be int and long. Int is a 32-bit integer and long is a 64-bit integer. If an integer value exceeds the limits of it is automatically expanded to a larger integer. Awesome. What exactly are the limitations of the int type? These are the min and max values. So max value should be a lot of numbers starting with 2, 1, 14. And min value should be negative a lot of numbers starting with 2, 1, 14. Big value. So if I do that, that should probably be long, I hope. Let's try it out. It's long, awesome. So what I did, I just took the min number and removed the minus, and that is one more than the maximum number. Big value should be greater than this. Small value, well, the small value should be minus this plus or minus 1. I assume. Allows you to request larger types with a suffix. By specifying the L suffix, the number is forced to use the long type here, most available depending on your PowerShell version. So 100 long should be of type long. Yep, that's gonna work. So value something, value should be of type long. So if I do 1L, that will be of type long. And then it says int min value less than or equal value, and value is less than or equal max value should be true. Yep. Bankers rounding. The full midpoint rounding method is called rounding to even or bankers rounding. This is the nearest even and constant integer if it is a midpoint. Hello. Welcome, Mr. Guden. So, 3, 13, 11, and 6. Let's do show karma and see how we did. Didn't work. I did a boo-boo. 2 boo-boos actually. Expected length 13, actual length 12. Oh, I misspelled double. Double. Let's find that. Double. Double. Alright, let's try again. Expected double got 3. And 3 should be in 2.5. Interesting. Nearest even integer. I didn't know that or read it. Interesting. So 2.5 is 2, 3.34 is 3, and 5.5 is 6. Cool. I learned something new. Didn't know. Awesome. Strings. Meditate. I think we can have this larger. Strings come in 2 flavors, expandable strings and string literals. Expandable are double quotes and literals are single quote. Expandable strings in PowerShell can vary expressions. Yes. Awesome. Is a simple text string should be string. So string should be string. Literal strings. It assumes everything is a literal. Var some things. Okay. So then this thing should be that thing. It can contain special characters. Special is just the title. The interpret this characters literally should be complex var. Alright. Can contain quotation marks. So if I write a single quoted string, this creates only ones that oh, hang on. Yeah, these are single quoted. Let's do these. This creates only one set of quotation marks in the string. So am I supposed to... I guess I'm supposed to create double quoted strings that creates the same output. So then I don't need these double single quotes. Right. Can expand variables. Var apple. Apple should be my favorite fruit is var. So this should be apple. This should be that. No, it shouldn't. Your home directory is home. I need double quotes. Your home folder is wow. I'm not sure this is what I'm supposed to do, but yeah, if I use a double quoted string and here. I could probably type that, but I don't want to. If a string contains a variable that has been created, PowerShell is to try to expand the value. PowerShell home folder is sp home, it should be string. So this should actually be that. Alright, so in this case, number is equal to 1, and then it looks for a variable that is number colon get. A number in this case will be a scope, and we don't have a scope named number, and the scope that doesn't exist that is called number don't have a variable called get, so this will be null. So this should be shopping. Will you stream Advent of Code during Christmas? That's actually a great idea. Maybe I should. Although I so suck at Advent of Code. But that would be fun, I guess. Like the whole writing complex algorithm is fun corporate stream. Yeah, sure, let's do that. It's 3 months from now, or 2 months-ish. 2 and a bit. Can use curl-based mark, yes. So if we do this, and then a colon, PowerShell will understand that we mean the variable number and not the scope number. So this should actually be 1 get shopping. Letter A is apple, string letter A contains letter A. So this will be $, letter A contains apple. Period. Can escape quotation marks. Yes. String. This is a string value. Alternate string. This is a string value. Okay, so this is the same thing. Mirror image. Remove pattern. So I should express this as a single quoted string. I can do that by doing this, and I can take this and put it in single quotes, and then I don't need double quotes here, so that should be the same. Can insert special characters with escape sequences. Expected value is char9. Actual value is... Ooh. Interesting. I haven't thought about using that. So apparently there is a special character to, or a specialist, there's a special escape sequence to create a Unicode character, and the Unicode character should be the same as char9, whatever char that is, the 9th character in the ASCII. I don't know if you... Maybe it's you. It's not. There we go. Let's try this. F8 to run that, and that Natural value should be equal expected value. Ooh, cool. I actually haven't used this escape sequence very much. Sometimes when I want to do like a smile or something, I've done it, but yeah, not too common. Let's make sure we're still running. We are, awesome. So let's add strings together. We have one string and second string is cool, and one string plus a space plus string 2 should be this string is cool. So that means we need to put this string without the space in here, and that should make the string. Hello, Classons. Yeah, we're doing PSKoans. I've actually not done PSKoans before, so I'm thinking, let's see if I can make it. It can be more easily. What makes students with itself? String 1, string 2. I guess it's like this you want. Same thing as this, but I do prefer this method a lot. Yes. I've learned from another stream that I should go outside of my comfort zone at least a few times every 3 to 6 months. So let's do cons. Substrings. Let's select portions of a string. So we have a string that's called that has this text at the very top. It is awesome. I've made 2 errors so far. So we have this method called substring. We're going to use it. We can use it either with use a start index or a start index and a length. So we're gonna take the first 6 characters of our string. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and this should be position 7, which should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very top, and then take the rest. Hopefully. Here strings. Another thing I don't use very much. So, literal here string is start of here string. This means we can have a string that covers more than one line, and it has to end like this in the beginning of the string. If I do like this, that's not gonna terminate it, and the whole thing is gonna stop working. Alright. Empty space 2 is this thing of substance for some, should be literal string. So I'm actually... yeah, I don't think this thing will be part of the string. So we won't get any line breaks, and this should be the string, and that should be equal to this, hopefully. Yep. Cool. It can be an evaluated string. The key is in the patterns. Number is something. Indentation sometimes get a bit disrupted around here strings. So in this case we're using double quota strings, so this thing here will be a number, and the number is something. And I'm not sure I understand. So there's nothing there. I am. So I need a 1 here. It interprets all quotation marks literally. All your quotes, all things that are not evaluated are recognized as characters. Yes. So in this case we need to escape that and escape that. And that should yield the same value as this. Right. Arrays and strings. So we have two strings, we have hello and world, and something something should be array. So that means, whoops, hello world. This is actually quite cool. I don't think I've ever used this technique. So if you have a bunch of strings and you just, in an array, you just put that into one string, it will join them by space. Cool. Can be joined by different string by setting the OFS variable output field separator. I had no idea. So if we do OFS equals to ... space, then hello world should be... Who knew about this? Seriously? I've never seen that. I've seen that once but never used it. Yeah, I had no idea. There's so many weird things going on in PowerShell. Alright, let's see if we pass. So, show karma. We did 2 wrongs. I forgot an exclamation mark. Where is the hello? Exclamation mark. There we go. And something else. That's the perk. Hey, Risa, welcome. Oh, I forgot an exclamation mark there too. Exclamation mark is not my strong suit, apparently. I have to practice on those. Yeah, I fixed shoutouts. And I made them automatic for you. So, next part. So DJ Reeser is this awesome DJ, and he streams like, I don't know, is it every Sunday and Tuesday? And he has this all cool shoutouts. So every time you join his stream, he can do this shoutout command, and something comes up. I've been thinking to do that for quite a while now, but I haven't had it, and now finally I got shoutouts, and I made them automatic for at least a few of the regulars. Let's see, where are we? Basic verbs. Alright, so let's meditate. Yep, so we'll be using this path. So we have a your path that is in environment temp, and we remove it, and then we have a context. So for example, get process and retrieval. Find 5 commands with the get verb. Fill in each blank with the name of different get command. Alright. So what if I do like get command verb get select object first 5 expand property name. Oops, first 5, not 1. There we go. Clip. And let's see if we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paste. Ta-da! Find fragments, replace H with the new command. Yeah. We can do this now, we have practiced. New. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paste. Boom. I so love Visual Studio Code. Can't create a new item. Let's try creating a file. Use new item to create a new text file in the location specified by the file path variable, which is defined above. I'm never gonna be a... Yeah, I don't have a lurk command. I should fix that. Sorry. And commands don't show up in the chat thingy on screen. Cool. File is... Okay, so new item, whoops, new item path, file path, that creates a file. All file objects are of this type, so file should be of type file info. Yes, that makes sense. An empty file should have a length of 0, it should be empty. Cool, context add. We need to add stuff. This recommends append data using get command find fragments with the add verb. Alright. Let's do get command verb add. Take the first 5, expand the name, and pipe it to the clipboard. And then we do this and paste. Answer should be in command. Yes. Answers get unique should have count because 5 unique commanders are required. Cool. It's, yeah. Can add content to file. Use add content. So take a string, pipe it to add content, path, file path. Fill in with whatever you like. Whatever I like. Let's get content. So file data is get content. Ooh. So big question. Add. How many lines do we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 or 6? So I wonder if I just do this, it should add the content and then it will do a new line. I'm not sure if that's gonna count as 1 or 2 lines, but I'm gonna guess 1. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. We can see that several lines of context were added to the file. Only pen data they can't overwrite with this information. You should be able to determine what the expected content of the file is at this point. Expected content. Mountains are merely mountains. So that's the first string. Yep. And then I added 4 strings, whatever I like. Whatever I I'm not sure this is gonna work. Like. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this thing here is an array of strings, and that's an array of strings. Yeah, should work. I hope. Alright, so some of the set verbs will override information that has already exists, and sometimes they require you to use the new something to create it before you can set it. A common example is one may see working with Office 365 is calendar permissions. If the user already has some permissions configured, you can use set neighbors permission to change the user permission. Alright, is for commands that overwrite data. 5 commands for the set verb. Get command verb set. Select the first 5, expand property name, and 5 to keyboard. Paste. Let's try using set content fix file from before. First, let's check that it still has the content we had. Line count should be 5, get content should have line count. Now let's try setting the contents, whatever. Oh, so it is 5, then I guess it's right. Good. Now let's try setting the contents. Wherever you are is placed to be set content file path. So what should be in the file now? Well, this should be in the file. What if we set the contents again? Then we need to have this. Rest and be kind, you don't need to escape that one, have to prove anything. There we go. Where should I go? There we go. Context remove. Yeah, so set content will completely override whatever is in the file already. Unless I think there is a append, isn't it? I'm not sure. No append. There we are. Remove. 5 remove commands. So let's do get command verb remove. Remove this. Paste. Can remove item to. It can remove item to delete the file. Yes. So let's make sure that the path exists and that it is of type leaf, which in this case is file. If we were to be in the certificate store, it would be a certificate and so on. Tester has its own way of checking if file exists. File path should exist. Use remove item to delete the file completely. Remove item. I'm not sure why this is here. But this should be false because we just removed it. Cool, if you try to remove file doesn't exist, you should get an error. What does the error look like? Oh, I don't know. Let's try. This path does not exist. Error action, stop. And should throw expected message. So let's check in $error. So this is our last and message. I am not sure, but here at least is the message. The running command stop because the preference variable we need to escape these. Cannot file path, and we need to put file path in there. Excuse me. Where were we? File path. I hope that was what I'm looking for. We'll see. And let's try. 8 out of 9. Expected unacceptable message. The running command stop because the preference variable direction preference or command variable is to stop. Cannot find path. I'm not sure what the difference is. This is here. So this was expected, but we got this. Alright, so I included this, but it only wanted this part. Fair enough. Do we get that in exception.message maybe? Nope. No exception. Alright, let's just skip this part and just do can't file because that does not exist, and try that again. Nope, cannot find path. This doesn't exist. Cannot find path. There's a forward slash. And here is a backslash. Why is there a forward slash? Let's go all the way up here. So here is definitely a forward slash. And I'm using okay. I'm not sure where it changes, but sure. Let's copy the whole thing. There we go. Let's try again. This is getting ridiculous. Cannot find path because it does not exist. Cannot find path. Why is my path being whacked with? Oh no, actually it returns the actual path, but I have it wrong, so it's the remove item that is right and I'm wrong. Of course. Yay! Okay, get member. Let's meditate. Get member output stuff is awesome. Use get member to identify properties method of some common object. Make sure you use the command each time we'll be checking. Property 1 should be present in output of 2. Because string format is that. Get command is 1, get member property name. Property name should not be there. Alright, so get command should have a property of a verb, I think. Let's try that out over here. Maybe open up a new one and do get command pipe get member, and we have a member called verb. Awesome. Get item should have a property of hang on, this doesn't work. So if we do get command and then we pipe that, that's a command information object that gets passed to this, and we get the property name, and it should exist. So we should probably have syntax here. Let's try this. Yeah, so we get the command info object back, and we should have a property called... No, we don't have a property syntax. We should have a noun and a verb. Cool. So here we can have a noun, and then we can have a get whatever service, and that should have a verb, I guess, because we're piping the command info to the get member, not the output of the command. Alright, and then we take whatever, new item, and they should always have the same output, I guess, so because they're all command infos. So that should have a version. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right or if it's... feels weird. Okay. There's the version. Okay. Get some methods. Because string method, something should be present in output. So commandlet get service should have a method, and it's the same. I'm not sure if we have equals. Move item get type. Add content to string. Alright. Let's see how we did. Maybe I misunderstood the whole thing and we got all errors. We did. But got null or empty. Ah, now I know. I did misunderstand the whole thing. I thought it was a bit weird. So there's an ampersand here, which is an invoke operator. So this actually gets the command and then it invokes it and then it looks at the actual output. So if I do a get command of get command and then I run get command and I pipe get command Inception anyone to get member, and that should be a noun because get command is get command, and then I do get service, and if I invoke that there should be a something from get service pipe get member, and we have like a display name, and then we do new item. I don't think that's gonna work, so let's do get something. Get item that has a mandatory parameter. Get child item. Get child item like get member, and we have like a full name. There we go. Alright, so then we have get service, and that should have a method called start. And then we have a get process, and that should have a method called kill. And then we have get content. No, that's not gonna work without parameters. What should we get? Get. Anyone have any good suggestions? Delete. Let's try that. Get child item. Let's try this again. Woo! We made it! Binary conversion has damage or karma. Let's meditate on that. Binary is the base 2-number system. Blah 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 blah. What would 0 be if converted to be Boolean? Replace with either true or false. Ooh. So I guess false as an integer would be 0. What would 1 be if converted to be Boolean? And I'm sure that true as integer should be 1. I guess. Binary integer conversion. Replace with a decimal value of 1111, e.g. something becomes 22. So we have a binary which is 1 plus 2, which is 3, plus 4, which is 7, plus 8, which is 15. So 15 should be converted to integer binary 2. Yeah, I think so. Getting trickier. I dig the synthwave today. Yeah, it's Harris Heller synthwave list. It's good. I actually listen to it quite a bit while I'm coding and not streaming too. So binary 10000, that should be 8. Value 8. Replace with 1001, that should be 2. 2. That should be 9, 8, 001. It's getting tricky. Okay, so we have 1s, 2s, 4s, 8s, 16, 32, 64, and 128. So 128 times 2 should be 256, so that means that this should be 1 less, 255. Replace this one. There's probably a smart way to do this, but I'm just gonna count them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You mean 0b? Yeah. Exactly. I'm not going to do that because that's cheating. The whole point of it is that I should translate binary to the integer in my head. Otherwise, I could just run this, I guess. Yeah, so it's 8, and we said that this is 128. So 128 plus 0, 64 plus... Okay, my head is way too tired for this. It's an even number with a lot of numbers. It's 170. Cheating. Yeah, and another number. 204. Could I do this in the head? So 255 minus 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 8 is 14. 255, 245, 241, maybe? Woo! Replace with binary value of 7. Alright, so 7 is 0 8. We need 1 4, 1 2, and 1 1. That should be 7. 12. To make 12, we need 1 8. We also need 1 4, and we don't need any 2s or 1s. 2, that's 0 0 1 0. 14, that should be 1 8, 1 4, 1 2, and 0 1s. 103. No. So what is it? 64, 96. So 64, 96 plus 7, right? So in the end we need 0 1 1 1. That should be 7. And then hopefully we should have 2 1s there. That should be 8. Maybe. 250, I can do that, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So this is 255, and we need to drop 5. So this drops 1, this drops 3, this drops 4, and this drops 1. That should be 250. $74. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't think this is enough numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. So, what is that? 1s, 2s, 4s, 8s, 16, 32, 64, and 128. Yeah. So we need a 0, 1 for 64, and then we need 0 32s, and then we need 0 16s, because we need 10. So next one is 1 8, 0 4s, 1 2, and 0 1s. That should be 74. 1 2 3 4. We'll see. 32. So that should be 132, 0 16, 0 8, 0 4, 0 2, 0 1. Let's try it out. Oh, I did 2 or 3. That's good, I guess. expected 199 but got 103. So line 133. Yeah, of course, because this is 128 and this is 64. Didn't I cheat here? I don't even remember. Let's try again. Alright, it's 15 past 10, so I probably have like 1 or 2 more, and then I think we're gonna say thank you for today. So how do you like this today for a little variation? I've been doing a lot of C++ in the last few weeks, and I feel like I end every stream with a bit of shame and some headache. So I'm thinking maybe I should do something easy for a few weeks just to have some relaxation. I didn't even read variables. Alright, so we're setting a variable greeting to hello. Value equals 50 should be true. Okay, value equals value should be true. Something should be a greeting. Hello. Some PowerShell is always nice. I think a little bit of variation is good. I totally agree. Int first types on its own. So number is 10 should be of type int. Can't directly compare types. For each task different to number 5. Number is int should be true. Number should be of type int. And this should be system.text, I guess. Integer number 42. Okay. So integer should be, well, actually this will probably return system.int32, and this should be of type string, since we are casting $true to a string and then saves it in string. There are many kinds of numbers in PowerShell, but the basics are int and double for integers and floating point numbers. Integer 100, not integer 12.0. Integer should be of type int, not integer should be of type double. I misspelled double once today. I hope I don't do it again. So we set a variable called constant with option constant. What happens if you try to modify constant in some way? So constant equals new value. That's not gonna work. Oh, sorry. Constant. Because it's read only. So this throws an expected message of it's read-only. Cannot overwrite variable because it's read-only constant. There we go. I didn't know. Oh yeah, they are. And the cool thing with constants is that I think you can override them. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Set variable. Yeah, so we can create a constant and then we can set it in a specific scope. So then I can override a variable somewhere else. And also I think I can create them in all scopes. At least let's try that. Or is that a string? Okay, that just auto completes my files. Yeah, so I think you can set a variable in a higher scope and then call the script, and that overrides, or then it will fail on overriding variables somewhere else. So there's a lot of fun you can have by converting variables to constants. It can break all kinds of weird things. So we set a variable with options that, yeah, we did that. Remove read only. So set variable, but this time we use the option read only instead of constant. That means we can remove it. So let's remove that variable. Once it's removed, we can use it as usual. Yep. Yeah, that's probably how you do it. So if I do like set variable name value Simon and option constant, and then I have like a function get name, and I just do this, and I just return dollar. Or I could probably, I don't know if I can do this. No, because that is passing in the local. But if I do like I don't know, further down I have like a script saying name equals Mr. Epix. I'm not really sure if this is gonna work, but let's see. And then just write host name something like this. No, it didn't work. There is somewhere we can some technique you can use to override the variable, and I think it was inherited scope, but I am not sure. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I think we're done here. We should be able to show some karma. Something didn't work. Unable to find type. What? Oh, of course, it's system.string, not system.text. String. Woo! So we made it through a bunch. 56 assignments. That's only 1/10. I have some work to do. Alright, so thank you everyone for today. We did some cones today. We'll see if we can find a cool PowerShell project for next week. If we can, we'll do that. If anyone has like a piece of code you want reviewed or something you want to do, don't hesitate to hit me up on Twitter or GitHub or something, and we'll do that. And otherwise, we'll find something else cool to do. Hope I'll see you back here again in a week. Until then, take care. Bye bye.